Friend, you ever had life throw you something that you did not ask for and had you feeling like, what the is happening? I'm sure you have. I mean, we all have. Let's talk about plot twists that we never see coming. Whole time, you're thinking, this is the setback that I did not choose. When really, it's the pivot that's choosing you. Let's get into it. Hey friend, welcome back to another episode of From the Ground to the Crown. I'm your girl, your host, Kenisha B. And as always, I'm so grateful that you're here with me. Today, we're talking about transitions and setbacks. Because in today's world, I'm constantly hearing, constantly reading, constantly being asked questions about what to do when life is throwing you for a loop. And I wanted to clarify a few things that I've learned based on my experiences with setbacks, and hoping that by sharing these, they'll help you when your next setback comes. Because the truth is, it's coming. As long as you're alive, there will be some type of plot twist that's thrown your way. And the only thing you can do about it is what I'm going to share today. Let's start with how you might be feeling, right? If you're someone who is experiencing a pivot in the job area, maybe a pivot in your relationship or your finances, or just in any area of your life right now, you are in the midst of a plot twist that you didn't see coming. You're trying to figure out what is happening. You're trying to stop yourself from spiraling. And you're also trying to convince yourself that this is not the worst case scenario that it's appearing to be. If any of that speaks to you today, this episode is specifically for you, friend. In this moment, what I want you to do is take a deep breath. I promise you, I don't even know your situation, and I know that things are going to work out. They always work out. And I'm sure if you take a moment to look back at all the moments in your life where a plot twist showed up, you prevailed. You were fine. You figured it out. And here you are in the midst of another one. And if you happen to not be in the middle of a plot twist right now, or at the beginning or at the end of a plot twist, that's fine too. Because like I said, they come up. So these tools will help you whenever the next season of plot twists arrive. First things first, let's clarify this, right? Plot twists, dramatic changes in our lives, any type of unexpected twist or turn that we experience, we have to stop looking at it as if it's a punishment. We have to stop identifying like these unexpected life changes as the end of things. Because chances are it's not the end. It's not a punishment. It's not life doing something to you. It's almost never life doing something to you. I mean, I can't think of a situation that I've been in where life has done something to me instead of for me. You know what I mean? Like, we think that this is the worst case scenario, and that's because it's something that we didn't plan. It's like when you don't get to make a decision for yourself, you think it's the worst decision for you. When the whole time it's the universe setting you up for the best of what's to come. I like to think of it as transitions aren't endings. They're evidence that you're growing. Sometimes we get real stuck in our ways as humans. You know, we like a good comfort zone. And because this thing that is life is outside of our control, it will shift us, cause us to pivot in ways that are hella uncomfortable. And when we identify these things as just transitions and not setbacks and not endings and not the worst case, the worst thing that could ever happen, we tend to hold on to a perspective that's healthier. And we come out of the transition and the setback feeling like we won. You know what I mean? I'll give you the perfect scenario. Before the pandemic, I quit my job. I'm going to say I was forced to quit my job. And I wasn't forced by my job to quit. I was forced by spirit to quit. Now, let me tell you, because this story is like one of my faves. So I'm in Bali. I'm at a wellness retreat. I'm literally like in the middle of the most beautiful place ever, Gili Air, Bali. And I'm with one of my best friends, and I'm in a safe space, and I'm around community. And I just get this download to quit my job. No, nothing. I mean, leading up to the retreat, I had been feeling like I need to get the hell out of here. I need to do something different. But I had a house at the time. I needed to pay my bills. Like the adulting me was just not trying to hear it. So I was like, okay, you're going to have to stick it out until you can find something better. So I'm at the retreat now. I get the download, quit your job, and I'm freaking out because I'm like, who's that talking to me? Can't be talking to me, quit my job. Not while I got bills. Hell no. All right. So fast forward, I get back home. I'm having such a terrible time at this job. Like, things are just falling apart. Things that I'm just naturally okay with. Like the work that I'm doing, just there were hiccups. There were minor mistakes. The clients were being so irritable. Like everything was just like, ah. And in the back of my head, I keep remembering being in Bali and hearing spirit say, quit the job, quit the job. So I said, I'm a one-up spirit. I'm going to, wait for it. We were already working from home 1 day a week. And I said, I'm going to ask to work from home 2 days a week, right? Because that'll give me more time to like be flexible in my life. I won't have to be in the office every day of the week. It'll just feel lighter. Things will be fine. So I ask, I say, hey, can I get one more work from home day? I know we're already working from home 1 day a week. Like, yeah, I'm thinking they won't have a problem with that, right? Because we're already doing it. Big no. The people were pissed that I even asked that question. They were like, 2 days? What do you think this is? Flexible job? No, this is a job. And I was so damn confused because my job didn't require me to be in an office. We had a small team. Our work was like location agnostic. We didn't need to be in a chair. We just needed internet and our laptop. And so I was like baffled that this job told me no. I'm like, what do you mean no? That doesn't make sense. All right. Here I am trying to make things work for this job that I heard that I was supposed to quit weeks ago. And they're giving me a hard time, just like the clients and the work and everything else. And I'm like, why is this so difficult? Right? I was not trying to let this transition happen. I was not trying to make this a setback. I was determined to keep the ball rolling. I was determined to be in control, essentially. Right? And so there was a time, like a few months after the whole Bali trip, where I ended up crying on my way to work. I got into work and had an argument with one of the directors. And then I was like in tears because I was so livid. And normally I'm crying not because I'm sad or because I can't control my emotions, but I cry because I have so many that I can't truly express the way I want to. And crying helps me like filter out what needs to come out and then release what needs to like not come out so that I don't get fired or arrested. Like that's how bad I was livid. So here I am compromising with spirit because that's the type of girl I was. And spirit is dragging me through this job because it clearly told me to quit and I wasn't listening. I refused to like follow and be guided by my spirit, and I got dragged because of it. I ended up quitting. I put in like a month notice because I still thought that they would like keep me. And they did. They were trying to keep me. Like as soon as I put in my notice, They literally offered me a $10,000 raise, right? A title change, like a promotion. They wouldn't give me that second work from home day. But they offered me all these other things to get me to stay in office 4 days a week, doing the work that I was doing, a little more responsibility, more pay. And I was like, wait a minute. You don't want to give me 2 work from home days, which is what would make me happy and make me want to keep this job. You want to give me all these other things. What's happening here? And in that moment, I gained so much clarity because Spirit put on my heart what I needed to do. I was getting instructions from the divine. And here I was willing to compromise it for humans who also don't control anything. And so I didn't even tell them I would think about it. I said, no, I don't want the raise. I don't want your money. I wanted more flexibility in my life because that is what the season was calling for me for. I needed more flexibility to show up how I was showing up in that season. And $10,000 wasn't going to offer me that. Promotion wasn't going to offer me that. So I left. When I was leaving, I said to my boss, there might be a time where everybody has to work from home. Like, you never know, it's just 2 work from home days. You should have just gave me that. I left it at that. I wiped my hands with the job. That was July. Why was there a pandemic the next year? A few months later, what happened? Everybody working from home everywhere. How? What? Like, hello. It was such a crazy experience because it was like I had gotten all the signs that I needed to do this thing, that I needed to experience this setback because there was a redirection coming and I needed to be on the front end of it instead of getting dragged through it. And although I didn't take the raise and the promotion and I ended up leaving like I was supposed to do originally, it took me months to do. Like, I got the message, the download in April, and I didn't leave until the end of July. And so that whole time in between, I was so freaking unhappy. I mean, it was bad. And I chose chaos because I was so afraid to let something end. I thought it was the worst case scenario. I didn't think that my bills were going to be paid. I was so afraid to transition. I thought it was like a punishment that I had to quit this job that I'd worked so hard for. I refused to shift. I was not about to pivot until the very end where I felt like I had no other option. I felt like they'd pull my cards and then I was just like forced by Spirit to let it go. And in that season, it taught me I can't cling to control. There is some divine power out here that is really orchestrating things for my highest good and the highest good of all others at all times. And although I was clinging to this notion that in order to get my bills paid, in order to be an adult, I need to get a job, I need to keep the job, I need to do whatever it takes to stay at the job, I need to work there and stay committed to the company, all the things that we've grown up hearing time and time again, I had to release all of that because that did not fit my story. It didn't work for me. And it didn't end up being the worst case scenario. It actually ended up being the best case scenario. Because when it was the pandemic, my boss called me and she asked me, like, what did you know? Like, how did you, why were, like, you were talking about working from home and people might have to work from home. And now we're all working from home. And then the department got dismembered. I don't want to say dismembered, but like the department got obliterated. There's no department now. That organization doesn't even work in a building anymore. Like the whole thing fell through. And I didn't need to wait around to see. I got the hell out of there before everything fell and crashed and burned because that's what ended up happening. And so I share this story to say it's important to recognize that when transitions, when setbacks, when unexpected plot twists show up, it's not an ending. It is a growth point. It's probably like a trajectory that's about to shoot you up to another level of your life if you let it. Don't be like me. Don't be the hard-headed one who's trying to stick to the traditional way of thinking. Don't be the girl who thinks she's in control so much that she's willing to sacrifice herself and be unhappy and cry at work because she doesn't want to be guided by Spirit. Don't be the person who thinks that they are going to have the worst experience ever because this is going to happen. Don't spiral with the setbacks. You have to learn to just stay grounded in the moment, to do what you can in the moment, and to focus here. Here's the truth. We like to treat transitions like they're endings, right? We have this fear of losing stability. We have a lot of confusion about what comes next. We have this old conditioning that equates sudden change to danger. We're so addicted to being in control. And there is this thing that makes us feel like we're being betrayed by time. That is why we treat sudden change and transition like a huge ending. Here's the difference between a transition and a setback. When something is a setback, you tend to think this ended me. But what you can do is shift your mindset and think of a transition, right? This is moving me. Setbacks end you. But if you can see yourself pushing forward, moving forward, not even pushing forward, but going forward, then think of it as a transition. Like this is moving me somewhere. Setbacks feel very final. Transitions feel a little chaotic. Gets a little crazy, right? It does. It feels like, wow, like you're spiraling. You're like, what? Which way do I go? It's like a cartoon when your head is on a swivel. For real. But understand that chaos isn't the enemy, friend. Stagnation is the enemy. Staying still where you know you don't belong is the enemy. So welcome a little chaos into your life. With every transition, there will be chaos. And it doesn't have to be like max level, but it's going to be a little, you're going to be a little ruffled. But it's okay. It's just building you. It's making you stronger. It's moving you somewhere else. Here's what actually makes a pivot the right one. It moves you closer to who you're becoming, which is hella important. It frees you from what wasn't serving you. Like I said, I needed more flexibility and the job was not allowing for that. They literally said no. 2 days a week work from home? Hell no. But we'll give you 10,000. I was like, what? Okay. No. It forces you to stop performing and get real honest about things. It also interrupts patterns that you probably would have carried forever. Like, we don't like changing sometimes. And pivots, they're going to make you change it up. They're going to make you become somebody else. And lastly, it clears space for clarity. Like, being home for those months that I was home before the pandemic started, man, I got so much done. My business started like, I really went up in 2019 when I quit that job. I did. It was magical. It was like, who's that girl? Me. Because I made a choice. I made a choice to not look at leaving my job as a setback, but to look at it as a transition into something else. And your girl transitioned for sure. Like my business was featured in Essence Online that December. I quit in July. I'm in Essence in December. Whoa, what are you even talking about? I probably would not have had the time to focus my energy into my business to be able to do that if I hadn't quit that job because it wasn't giving me flexibility. Here are some signs that you're in a transition you didn't choose, but it's what you need. If something ended faster than you can process, you needed it. Yeah, because you probably were taking too long. You probably repeatedly got the not this from life. What I mean is you're choosing things and life's like, no. You want this? No. You want that? No. You're like, can I have anything here? Like, do I get what I want at all? And life's like, no, you don't need it. You need this transition. If you stayed in a situation so much longer when you know you already outgrew it, yeah, got snatched up out of there. You needed it. If you were trying to hold on to something that was holding you back from where you need to be going, transitions. I mean, it's like the law. It's a rule. I don't know who makes the rules, but those are the rules. Because you can't stay in a space that you've outgrown. You have to move on. You have to. If a door closed on something before you could talk yourself into staying, yeah, transition you needed, right? Because you probably would have given yourself all the reasons why you need to stay, like I was trying to do. And instead, I felt so violated by the fact that they just didn't want me to work from home one day a week. Like, what was it about me having a flexible schedule that scared them so much that they were willing to offer me $10,000 instead of giving me one more day to work from home? What? I couldn't, to this day, I still can't think about it. Like, logically, it did not make sense to me, and it still doesn't. But something about this situation needed to happen the way it did so that I could prove to myself that I was worth like that one day working from home was worth more than the 10,000. Because if that's what they were offering me, I'm worth more. Easy. And I made more than they were offering me the next year. And if you are experiencing a transition that you need, you're going to know it because what you're losing or what you lost is creating space or has created space for what you need. And you probably didn't even know it. And the last thing that lets you know that a transition, a pivot, an unexpected change is something that you need, even when you don't choose it, is that whatever you lost created the space that you didn't know you needed. Created space for you to take a nap, take a vacation, to tune into yourself, to like have more time with your family, to go on dates, to get to know yourself better, to get to know people around you, to get to know your surroundings, to like take a walk out in nature, to I don't know, but it does this thing where the unexpected creates the space for what we wanted all along. It's so interesting how that happens. But again, like I said earlier, nothing is happening to us. It is literally designed for our good every single time. And just pivoting from setbacks, this is a setback, this is the end, this is the worst, to this is for my good, this is for me, this is what I needed. I didn't even know, but I'm so grateful. Man, it will do wonders for how you show up in this season of change. It will make it a lot less harder for you. In my scenario, the turning point for me, again, was them trying to offer me money instead of one work from home day. And what I recognize is that my flexibility is worth more than the $10K extra that they were trying to pay me. Like having a peace of mind, having more just freedom and not being tied to the space that I was in, which was like office lighting, very dim. It was a huge space and not many people, so it was always quiet. It was like just prison lighting, I called it. It just didn't feel good. I just wanted the comfort and the flexibility to maybe work from a coffee shop or work from my house or work in my robe or wherever, right? But it showed me that I'm worth so much more than people will ever try to pay me. Like they'll try to pay me less than what listening to my spirit is going to pay me, basically. And I was right. 2020, my business went crazy. It was insane. 2021, crazy. Like the time that I dedicated those months before the pandemic and during the pandemic paid off 10, 20, like it was an innumerable upgrade in my life. And I became more confident in spirit and in myself because when I listened, everything else was fine. Never missed a bill, never missed a mortgage payment, learned how to budget differently. I had support in my marriage and my relationship at the time because we weren't married yet. But I had support from my then boyfriend, now husband, right? People were like supporting me because they knew that I had made such a big change in my life. Like it was beautiful how things turned out for me. And it's all because I looked at it differently. I shifted my perspective and my life shifted too. Friend, again, we don't get to choose these situations all the time. Sometimes life is just life. It is what it is. You can't control it. You just have to center yourself so that you can go forward, so that you can get to the next level, so that you can change what you can change, control what you control what you can control, and continue to glow forward. But here are 3 takeaways that I want you to hold on to if you are someone who is in this season of transition. I want you to release the illusion of control. If you can explain to me how we're spinning on this ball still without moving through the galaxies and bumping into other planets, and how we're all breathing every day, but you're not telling your lungs to breathe and I'm not, and how the blood and the heart just keeps pumping. Like, if you can explain all of it to me, not scientifically, but like spiritually, then maybe you might know something. If you could let me know what day you're going to pass away from this earth, maybe you might be in control of something. But if you have no idea what's going on, like I don't have no idea what's going on, then babe, you don't control any of it. You really gotta let it go. You have to let go the illusion of control. That's one. Here's the second thing. You should always trust the reroute, even when you can't see it. Like, if you believe in God or Allah or Buddha or whoever you're praying to, spirit, the universe, source, you believe in your ancestors, you believe in spirit guides and guardian angels, then baby, when you get rerouted, trust it. Somebody is supporting you. Because if they wanted to take you up out of here, you wouldn't be here. You'd be up out of here. But you're alive. And so, yeah, just trust that wherever you're going, that's where you need to go. It's the redirection for your protection. Here is a third thing I want you to remember. Ask better questions when you're in a season of transition. Like, how is this all possible? What is making this all possible right now? What is driving this transition? Instead of, why is this happening to me? It could be happening to anybody. It probably has happened to many people. You're probably not the only one right now, right? But if you stop for a second and ask yourself better questions, like, what is making all of this possible right now? You just shift your mind into a different space to allow for different answers and to allow for the universe to show you differently. It won't show you the woe is me version of the experience. It's going to show you the anything is possible version of the experience. And that right there, my friend, is really when things start turning up for you. When you shift your perspective, you shift your energy, you pivot your thoughts and your actions, man, it becomes fun. It becomes a game, honestly. I mean, I play all day here because it's life. Like, I can't control these things, so I'm not going to get upset about it all the time. Yeah, I feel the feels because I'm human, but after quitting, I mean, I probably left at least 10 different jobs because I needed to leave them. Let them go, left relationships, moved. I've lived in 5 different states. Now this is my second country. You know, I've gone through many setbacks, I've gone through setbacks, but transitions and pivots and just unexpected, like just all the things, friend. And I can't control it. But when I embrace what's happening, when I'm not looking for the teary-eyed version of the experience, but when I open my mind up to like, okay, what is this trying to teach me? Where are you trying to take me? Oh my God, I'm so excited about what's next. I end up feeling excited when whatever's next comes. It works the way it works. It is just energy. I hope those takeaways and just the pivots when it comes to transitions as setbacks supports you in this season and in future seasons of your life. And if there's nothing else, I want you to remember this. Life does not take things away to ruin you, okay? It takes things away to redirect you. Because you steady going down a path that you don't need to go down anymore, and you haven't been paying attention to the signs, and you haven't been making a decision to do something differently. So insert pivot, insert unexpected change, insert transition. Quick, right? Always think of life as something that is here to just support you for your highest good and the highest good of all others. So if things start shifting quickly, if it's got your head spinning, know that you are being redirected. And they say redirection for your protection. It's been proven. It's not a lie. You got evidence. So keep going. You got this. I want you to know you got this, you got this, you got this. If you're in a season of transition right now, if some unexpected changes are just popping up and you feel overwhelmed, I am here to support you, friend. I'm here to guide you so that you can shift your perspective and look at whatever you're going through a little differently so that you can welcome the next level of your life with a different state of mind. I am here to help you recognize the pivots that you can make that'll change everything about the situation that you're in. If one-on-one guidance sounds good to you, if it sounds like, you know what, I just need somebody to help me because this is too tough, just let me know. I will drop my link so that you can book a discovery call with me. It's free. And we can just talk through wherever you are and like what seems to be next for you. And I will literally help you through whatever the transition that you're in whatever transition season you're in. Also, if you are just having a little bit of trouble getting yourself together, you're not really in a rhythm, I have the Flow So You Glow workbook available for you. It is a 5-week self-guided journey that the goal is to help you trust yourself more so that when you're in this transition season, you trust that you're okay. And there are 5 flows, one for each week, that's going to help you get in flow, create your own rhythm for your life so that when transitions and when just shit pops up, you won't be so out of flow. You'll take it, you'll feel it, you're not going to ignore it, but you're just going to sit in it and then you're going to keep going. Flow So You Glow is the self-guided workbook that will literally help you just keep going. So those are resources that are available to you. If you want to do some in-person work in community, my Glow Forward retreat is coming up in March in Thailand. It is going to be beautiful. There we'll talk in community about like how we make it through these things. And I'll teach you tools in person to help you in seasons where a lot of things are going on and you're just like, what's happening? Where am I? Where am I going? What's happening? And even if it's not for you, if you're in a relationship and your partner, they may be going through some transitions. If you're at work and the job is going through some transitions, it's not always directly your transition season. But if you're in the space where you're having to like shift in other people's transitions, then yeah, show up at Glow Forward. Let's do a glow session together. I mean, get the workbook and share it with someone, Like these resources are not just for me and you, they're for the community. And they're available. So check it out. Link in the description of this video. If you have any questions about transition seasons, what to do in specific situations, drop a comment below. I will 100% respond back to it. I want to thank you for showing up again for another episode of From the Ground to the Crown. Every Tuesday, I am here to just talk about a pivot. All season, we're going to be talking about all the things and how we can reframe our mind, our actions, our habits to better support ourselves during different shifts in our lives. I don't know what 2026 holds, friend, but the year is almost ending. So don't be caught in the new year, new me cycle. Start something new today because you can, because there are resources here, and because your spirit is guiding you there. It is what you need. And I'm here to support you. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the podcast. Definitely click the link to subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and follow the podcast so that you're notified every week when I drop a new episode. And I'm also on social media. Make sure you follow me at It's Kenesha B on Instagram and Threads. And you can follow the podcast To The Crown Pod on IG and TikTok. And I'm posting every week a new shift happens. So check out the socials weekly for a new shift happens episode. I'm just sharing all the gems on any of my platforms. So yeah, check me out: Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube, of course. I appreciate you for being here, friend. Before we go, let me go ahead and pull a card for today. If you are watching this for the first time, I am pulling Oracle cards this season. I'm a card deck girly, and this season I'm working from the Secrets of the Ancestors deck by Abiola Abrams. Such a beautiful, beautiful deck. So let's see what card Spirit has for us today. Man, transitions aren't setbacks, friend. What did I say? Setback is a setup for a comeback. Yeah. Okay. This card fell. Upside down. This is the star. Spiritual rebirth in the reverse. I'm going to read what the star says, number 17. I'll read a little bit about it, and then I'll read the reverse. Ooh. I'm going to read the reverse because this is really good. It says, things seem hopeless, but don't lose faith. Hold on. You are overwhelmed. Hold on. It feels like you are being tested. Hold on. You feel uninspired and disconnected. Hold on. It will get better. You will get better. Self-care at this moment is a necessity for your healing, not an indulgence. So take care of you. I mean, come on. Don't lose faith in the transition season. Don't be overwhelmed. We get it. Hold on. If it feels like you're being tested, hold on. Like literally, that's what we were talking about today. It says, hello, season of renewal. There is sunshine after the storm. You have been through it. Like those who came before, you are more than a survivor. You are a thriver, okay? Others are seeing your beauty inside and out. Being vulnerable can feel emotionally awkward, but allow your vulnerability to be a strength and a superpower. Hello, season of renewal. Because after the transitions and the setbacks is the comeback. Friend, yeah, the cards always gonna confirm what we need. I pray that you, in this season of whatever season you're in, know that everything is working out for your highest good and the highest good of all others. And if you ever doubt that, just remember all the times that you made it through what you didn't think that you were gonna come through. And know that you're living proof that the universe wants what's best for you, that God never leaves you, and that you got this. That's it today, friend. So grateful for you. Sending you mad love. I'll see you next week. Peace. From the ground to the ground.